How's it going, guys? Matt, Rideshare PA here. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, and I apologize for that. I've been sick for the past week or so now. So anybody that has wished me any good wishes, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Still a little sick, getting over it. But anyway, so today, guys, I wanted to talk to you about an article that I came across. Uber's changing its rules in California and drivers are adjusting their strategies. Okay, this is in response to AB5. California drivers where a ride would go. It's actually going to start showing you where a ride would go and how much it would pay. And drivers are learning now when to say no to this. Um, it says a driver who may have once paid out 20% of each ride to Uber may now only have to give the company 15% after hitting certain goals that may prompt some drivers to stay on the road longer to earn more bonuses. Okay. On a recent Santa Monica morning in California, Sergio pulled into the parking lot of Von Supermarket, signed into the app, and waited. At 7 o'clock, a ride request came in for the trip to LAX that the app promised would earn him between $9 and $12. He declined it. Another request, again for the airport, 13 to 17. He declined that one. And a request, a short trip for 3 to 4 trip with Santa Monica. He declined that one too. It went on like this, and he was lingering in the parking lot sipping his coffee, declining requests from Uber rides as he waited for something he considered worth his time. 30 minutes later, he got a 15-mile ride toward Glendale, near where he lives. Just over an hour later, he dropped his passenger off. She paid $93.51 and he pocketed $76.68. He's been driving part-time for Uber and Lyft for 4 years. Just 2 months ago or anywhere else outside California, this sort of strategy would not have worked. But in January, because of the AB5 state law, Uber changed the workings of its drivers app in the Golden State, affecting 395,000 some drivers. Drivers can now see where a rider wants to go and an estimated payout before they accept. They are theoretically not punished by the Uber algorithm for rejecting too many rides. Though starting last week, Uber began sending fewer requests to those who reject or cancel the vast majority of their ride requests. Driver bonuses are structured differently, and around 3 California airports, Uber is experimenting with allowing drivers to choose their own fares. In response to this, some savvy California drivers have changed their behavior. I'll just sit down and cherry pick, says Aventine. I'm doing fewer rides and making more money. A writer and a ride-hailing driver around San Francisco has embraced the same strategy. When it became clear to me that Uber was not going to fire us for excessive canceling or declining rides, I started doing a whole hog, he says. A spokesperson for Uber said that the changes in the app were prompted by the AB5 bill in the attempts to clarify the difference between an independent contractor and an employee. Companies like Uber, Lyft, Postmates, and DoorDash have always classified their workers as contractors, freeing them from paying Social Security or payroll taxes or complying with federal laws regarding wages, hours, and working conditions. AB5 tightens the rules for qualifying as a contractor, requiring that a worker be free from the control and direction of the company they're working for, perform work outside the usual course of the company's business, and engage in the same type of work when not working for that specific company. Employers often respond to changes in laws by tweaking their business practices to avoid this responsibility, and that's clearly what we're seeing here in California. But not every business is controlled by black box algorithm designed to poke, nudge, and push both drivers and riders to drive as much as possible. Since Uber changed its rules for California drivers, a small group of dedicated drivers who have long custard in forums on Reddit and other websites like Facebook have been studying how to peek inside the new black box and make more money doing it. Okay, Uber has changed the way its bonuses work. Instead of handing over a lump sum after a driver hits a set number of trips in a set amount of time, Uber knows the company's take, increasing the driver's pay for future rides. A driver who may have once paid out 20% of each ride to Uber may have to give the company only 15% once they hit their ride goal. That may prompt some drivers to stay on the road to earn bonuses. The goals are set region by region. Drivers say that the thresholds are now generally lower than they were when Uber handed out cash bonuses. Last month, Uber also launched what a spokesperson called, oh, sorry guys, I'm still feeling a little sick, an initial test at 3 California airports, which allows drivers to set their own fares and multipliers for base fares, travel times, and distance rides. The setting allows them to bid and even undercut the prices that other drivers are willing to accept, and may allow Uber to argue that drivers play a role in setting their own prices, as do independent contractors. Alright, guys, so this right now is only taking place in California. It really only affects California. Um, so, unfortunately, in any other state, these things will not apply. If you would cancel a trip, it would affect your ratings and things like that. This is all taking place because of AB5. So, unfortunately, this is so far only affecting California. With that being said, um, I kind of agree with it. I feel that we should be allowed to set our own prices. We should be allowed to decline. If we feel something is not worth our time or money, then we should be able to cancel it. So hopefully this moves somewhat in the right direction, and we will get to something that's a little bit back to the older days of getting more of our money. Uber right now, I think, and Lyft both, I think, take too much out of the pot for drivers when we're the ones that are incurring all the expenses, oil, gas, mileage, things like that, wear and tear on our car. Um, if you really think about it, I mean, I did my taxes last year. I made a decent amount driving for Uber and Lyft part time, but when it all boils down to it, profit wise, I don't think I did make a whole lot. I made enough to pay my bills and stuff and everything like that, but at the same time, when you do your taxes, it shows you how much profit you really made after your expenses and all that stuff, and it wasn't as much as I thought I was, but it is what it is. So with that being said, guys, I hope everybody has a good day. I hope everybody's staying healthy. I'm trying to get over this sickness that I'm currently dealing with, but um, yeah, we'll see what happens. Take care and stay safe.